Follow me on Facebook and follow me on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. I'm called Success Out of Prison, and on TikTok, the Accidental Investor. Now, Donald Trump made a statement on the news that he want to abolish property tax, and a lot of people don't understand by abolishing property tax, we will put a lot more money into our pocket. Because you got some people who buy the property, own the property outright, but would never earn that land or own that land. So if I'm sitting here paying you $12,000 to $15,000 a year for a piece of land that I never owned, when can I sit there and retire and be comfortable with my life? And it'd be kind of hard to do it if I'm constantly paying $1,200 to $1,500 per month just to have my house on that piece of property. Once you pay your home off, you should own that piece of land. That'll start building value for you. Then you pass on to the next generations. If this house is paid off, if I die, now they ain't got to worry about paying $15,000 to $20,000 a year in property tax. You get what I'm saying? Cause you got some places in the United States, people might be paying close to $100,000 depending on the value of their home. Now, if you live in Atlanta area and you got a $500,000 house, your property tax might be $6,000 to $7,000 per year. So I got to come up with that 600. Then you live in an area in my community called Sylvania. Sylvania, the average property tax is maybe 10 to 12,000 per year. So now I got to come up with $1,000 just for me to be able to keep my dwelling. So if you cut that out, that $12,000 per year would go back into my fund, and I can invest that money. But as long as around the world and around the country that property tax has been paid, you don't own that land, and that is sickening. You are paying forever and ever and ever. So the government gonna always own that plot of land. So your house, even if it's paid for, is really never yours because you missed several payments or you met and go in default. They can actually push you out of your home. And also with the HOA. The HOA should have a cap on what they can charge you. Because the HOA do the same thing. You miss so many HOA payments, they had the right to come in there and take your property and sell it from under you without you even knowing it. So they got to stop that. The HOA should be like, we're going to put a certain amount of money together as a community to make sure the community still stay beautiful, where the grass can get cut, the snow can get removed, but you taking the prices up, taking the prices up, taking the prices up, that's wrong. So if anybody own a piece of land, anybody own a house, this is a good time right now because they saying that President Trump is trying to put that in the works, and we should want it in the works. I know a lot of people gonna say, "Well, I don't believe in it. I don't believe in that." But at the end of the day, stop being in your feelings when it come down what's going on with the administration. Look at all the good stuff and deal with the bad. Cause a lot of stuff that we saying is bad is not actually bad. You know what I'm saying? Like when they say you want people on Section 8 and welfare. Hey, it's time for you to get a job. You shouldn't have been on that 30 years. Point blank. You should want something better for you and your offspring and the next generation of people in your household. But by me owning this house that I'm sitting in right now, I don't have to pay that property tax. Excuse me. That would save me anywhere from $7,000 to $8,000 per year. So that $800 that can go into my wealth fund or go into my personal account or can go into the stock market. That's money I shouldn't have to give away constantly to keep living. So a lot of things is happening in this country. Some people are gonna go against it and some people not. Take the good with the bad. That's the way life is. So benefit from the stock market right now, benefit from the housing, benefit from inflation, also benefit from the work. If you work a 9 to 5, you do overtime, you're trying to abolish your overtime pay that you can keep it. If you work in customer service and you live off taxes, live off your tips, they say they're trying to abolish what you got to pay taxes on your tip. So it's some good in each policy and it's some bad. So take the ones that gonna benefit you and discard the other shit that you had no control over. Peace out, os.